I'm about to start my eBay shipping, but you guys know what I like to do. I like to turn on the lights in my eBay store. So I like to list 5 things in the morning before I start anything. And I just realized eBay is so needy. It's like this super insecure person. Like you have to constantly be giving it attention or it gives you no love, like insecure. I had some questions regarding eBay and international shipping. So I have both options available, the GSP program and First Class International. What I love about the GSP program, as far as being a seller, is that I am only held responsible to get the package to Kentucky. That's the pros. The cons is the cons to GSP are from the buyer's perspective. It's extremely expensive, and in my opinion, it's ridiculously expensive. So I leave it to the customer to choose. With international shipping, first class, it's cheaper for the customer. The cons for a seller's perspective is that if it gets lost in the mail and there's no tracking showing, then you would be held responsible to refund the buyer. Now, with that being said, you guys know I've sold a ton of items and I've had no more problem with international shipping not arriving than I have with domestic shipping. So I don't see it as a huge risk. Now, if you have a more expensive item, you might want to do that. Thrifty Toya just reminded me some questions I had to answer since the rate increase on the mail, the USPS mail. Like I've told you guys before, it wasn't a cost issue, though that was a benefit. I had known about these and was told by my post office when I was inquiring when I first started what I should be using for different sizes. I actually didn't even find out about the padded flat rate until I was already 10,000 packages in. I literally had not come across one, nor had I ever been sent one, so I just didn't know. And like I said, I had never been sent one. I ordered some labels, and it's just the most commonly used one. I get both my labels, and look how they come, not a padded one. And it wasn't even until I joined Instagram last year where I saw everybody using padded ones. And again, it's just my opinion, but I just don't understand why pay extra when your item is not fragile. And I did have one person say their post office said they can't use this if it's bulging. That's not true. If you go to then that person at the post office is incorrect. The rule on any, I've been mailing for years and I've moved a lot and I've gone to multiple post offices, as well as I get stuff like that all the time. The rule is with flat rate is that it has to close on its own. One thing I discovered is that the Tyvek bag is perfect for this. So you put your item and it helps get it in there, and then you fold it this way. And of course, this is when it's over 16 ounces. I just put something in here to show you guys. So it actually fits perfectly in here. Hold on. So I can fit like blazers. I can fit a lot of stuff. So the width of this fits perfectly in here. And then it makes it a nice, easy close. And again, I'm not saying if you've been using padded and that is your preference, of course, keep doing it. I'm simply showing what I've been doing the last so many years I've been doing this, and it is a little cheaper. I'm shipping this item and I noticed I made a mistake. There's some slight damage on the button that I hadn't noticed. So I'm going to refund the buyer and still send it to him for free.
On the Instastory.
Hey guys, guess who is with me?
What's going on?
What?
What?
Hi Reezy.
What's going on?
Hello. We're at this cute little cafe. Reezy is trying to force me to drink coffee. I told him I drink Death Wish coffee. He says I'm dumb. Yeah, we're out here in Capitola. It's hella bright. It's been raining like crazy. And now Reezy's forcing me to drink coffee. Reezy just made me go live. And I was so uncomfortable. I do not like video. Right now, I'm just not comfortable on video. And that's the honest truth of why I have not got on. The fuck? YouTube. Now, if I could do YouTube in the puppy filter, might do that. Might do that. But so our business meeting, we've been having really bad weather, so the guys are stuck on 17. Come on, get out of the car. Stop filming me and get out of the car. Anyway, so since the guys are late, we figured we're lucky to live by the beach. We're just gonna go for a little walk. He wants to keep doing video and it's giving me a lot of anxiety. So right now we're in kind of like between Capitola, Santa Cruz. It's been so ugly. Isn't it nice today, Reese?
Oh, it's so sick. Look
at the mob. I know. I wish all you guys could be here. It's so pretty. It's so low tide. Look. I don't think I've seen this particular beach have such a low tide. This is generally where there's a lot of surfers. It's kind of, I don't know, like famous, popular. It's so beautiful. I wish everybody could come here. Let's have a reseller meetup here in Santa Cruz. Who's down? Reezy and all his gadgets. He's got a camera. He's got a tripod. He's got a Wi-Fi router. I have never seen it like this. This is crazy. I've lived here my entire life. Born here. Except for a few years I was in Arizona, but never. It's such a trip. Since the tide is so low, there's a lot of little things, little sea life. Reezy just found a starfish. No, I'm not gonna poke it and angry it. I'm just trying to show you guys.
Alright guys, we're back. Sorry, I accidentally disconnected the
So we're supposed to be in a meeting, but they got stuck in traffic. Like, there's a really bad accident. So it wasn't intended to be a field trip. I love huskies. Look at that pretty husky. I took my Jordans in there at the beach. Oops. So the field trip with Reezy was so fun. Definitely makes me think again, I need to take more breaks, even though that wasn't supposed to be a break. But I got all these orders that came. I have a huge, so I'm going to clean this mess here. Those shoes are actually listed. You guys know I don't like shoes. The gray mids I had actually bought for my son and he didn't want them. Qué malo, right? And those Tory Burch like T-strap sandals, those are new. And then those other sandals, yeah. I don't really sell men's clothing unless, I don't know, like I got this because it was Robert Graham. And I didn't know about it. I see, I think it's Rockstar Flipper and secondhand. But every time I get something that's not my norm that I do, which is just women's clothing, Like, I get shoes and I sit on them forever. I get men's clothes. It's like, stay in your lane, Monica. You know you ain't gonna list that shit. So I just had some auctions that are ending. So, God, it's so bright. I don't know why it's so bright. I just had some auctions that are ending, and now the ones that have a good amount of the ones that had watchers, I am now bouncing them back to buy it now. So they'll be alerted that it was relisted, and it will be relisted as fixed price. So hopefully I'll get up. Now, where it's possible, I tried to move my price down to the next tenth. So say this was $32.99. I try to bring it down to a 2. So yeah, I just bring it down to the lowest 10 number. So if this was 32 or 34, I bring it down to 29. This was 52 or 54, so I brought it down to 49. And that might sound silly, but it makes a difference. Like if something is $34.99, you're thinking like, I don't want to spend $30, and all of a sudden it's in the 20s, and then you're like, okay, I'll get it. So what I'm doing now is I looked at all my buy it nows that were about to end in the next 24 hours. Now these are buy it nows that have been on for 30 days. I clicked on those and I sent them to auction. Now I know we talk about listing, so obviously that is absolutely the number one thing you hear every full-time reseller telling you: list. Yes, absolutely. But listing is not the only activity that is going to drive traffic to your store. Bids and purchases drive traffic to your store too. So it's listing, bids, and purchases. And obviously bids and purchases come from listings. So yes, but there's a lot of people that will DM me, say like they're doing all the listing and they do have a good amount of inventory and their pictures look good. So I look at the store and it looks great. The only thing missing is activity. So what the doctor prescribes for that is, for 7 days, send 10 to 20 items, depending on your inventory size. Send 10 to 20 items to auction for 7 days for a 7-day duration. So on Monday, you're going to send. So on Monday, let's say you're going to do 10. On Monday, send 10 buy it nows to auction. On Tuesday, send 10 buy it nows to auction. On Wednesday, send 10 buy it nows until you've reached a week. Now, in a week, you're going to start to reap the benefits. When that first Monday rolls around, where your first round of auctions are going to be ending, you're going to see on that day, you're going to have more sales. And I forgot to mention, you're going to want to lower the price enough to where you're going to be happy if there's only one bid, but that you won't take a loss, but good enough to entice bidders where you're going to be happy with that price. Then on Monday, you'll have auctions ending, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so for a week. Then I want you to compare that week to your week that you had no auctions ending. I have recommended this strategy to a few other sellers, and they've had really good success with it. So I'm hoping you guys can as well too.